Well folks, it's my favourite time. It is time to wake up and snap back to reality.
Wake up! Come back to reality!
Yes, that's right, we are talking about Sneako again. I missed him so much. The bloke who has made it his entire mission to better the world and make men real men, and who better to make men real men than someone as intelligent as Sneako?
White people stick with the white people, black people stick with black people, and they're obviously going to fight a white person, a black person going to fight with a white person, and a white person going to fight with a black person over the shower.
Hold on. Why are we talking about prison? Well, prison is a completely different environment.
That's when we don't have like Discord, and that's where people act in their natural state. People are very
prison is literally the least natural place you can be. You're literally locked in there with more rules than any other part of society.
Fine, I'm sure you're already aware about the drama that's been happening recently between Moist Critikal and Sneako, but in case you aren't, let me just give you the quickest rundown possible. Sneako and Charlie don't like each other. They've made multiple videos going back and forth and just insulting each other. Sneako has took digs at Charlie's girlfriend, calling her ugly and taking digs at his relationship in general, to which Charlie retaliated by bringing up the fact that Sneako was a self-confessed cook who would go to sex parties and watch his girlfriend have sex with other men, and he also brought up the fact that Sneako defended the movie Cuties, which is just a movie that sexualizes children. And then of course, because we're talking about people beefing over the internet, Sneako then retaliated to that by saying he wants to fight Charlie in a boxing match. I mean, what more would you expect? But thankfully, we're not getting a boxing match. Instead, we have actually got an hour-long debate between Sneako and Charlie, where they're going back and forth and seeing if they can come to a mutual agreement. Now, I haven't actually seen this yet because it is over an hour long, and believe it or not, I do leave the house, and I do have other things to do. But today, I am not leaving the house, and I am back to my incel ways, as Sneako would say, so without further ado, let's get to the debate. But yeah, before we get any further, I am currently on my pursuit of trying to become a real man, and the way I'm going to do that is by hitting 400k subs. So if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so, and you could maybe help me become a real man. Cheers!
That movie was taken out of context quite a bit. People don't really see the moral of the movie, which was defending Islamic values. I think that people outraged at that film should also be outraged at everything that girls are doing now on Instagram, TikTok, and all these apps.
Okay, so this is Sneako defending the movie Cuties again, and I'll be honest, haven't seen the full movie, and I've absolutely zero intentions in watching it. But I have seen the trailer, and I have seen videos of people complaining about the movie and talking about what happens in it, so I feel like I've got a decent idea of what happens. And you can see Sneako saying that it's got a bigger meaning behind the movie that people are ignoring. It also talks about Islamic values, and that could very well be true, but it also doesn't take away the fact that it sexualizes children. Like, the big problem here is that the actual actors in the movie are children. They haven't got actors that are adults that are playing children like a lot of other movies do. They've literally got children actors playing as children in a sexual way. So it could have a very beautiful hidden message, but at the end of the day, still sexualizes children, so I still don't get why you would defend it.
I don't have TikTok on my phone, but once in a while before I was banned, I would go on there, and the first 3 videos would be the same thing that you see on Cuties. And that's why I uninstalled the app. That's why I refuse to have it on my phone.
I mean, that just isn't true, is it? Look, as much as I don't want to admit it, I probably use TikTok every day. And I know, I'm sorry, you might lose respect for me on there, but let's be honest here. Some videos are quite good on there. And the reason why the app's so good is because of the algorithm. It actually knows what you want to watch and gives you the type of videos you want to watch. Which is why I don't understand his point here, because I could scroll through TikTok for a full day and I would never see any of the stuff he's describing. I would literally just see football, UFC, and dogs. That's my whole timeline.
So there's 2 ways the movie could have been changed to be more effective and that people would understand the message. 1, they could have used child actors and they should not have been sexualized in that way. Or 2, they could have been 18 plus and it could have been sexualized, but then it wouldn't have been as effective.
So then can we then say, since this film sexualized children, I can't really champion the film, however the message is okay. Like, I like the message.
I agree completely.
Look at that, eh? God, I never thought this day would come. He actually just put his ego aside for a second and thought, you know what? You're right, I'm wrong, that's fair enough, I can admit it, and we should respect that. It's a lot better than screaming at people saying they need to snap back to reality, okay? This is a much better Sneako.
The liberal ideology is feelings over facts. I identify this way because I feel like it. There's no gender, nothing matters. I do as I want. Everything that's promoted on social media.
Do you realize half of what you just described is how you've lived your life for the last year?
I was literally about to say, I feel like I've heard him say them exact same things before. I feel like he always talks about how being a real man is doing whatever you want and your freedom and all this shite, so I just don't get that.
Because you don't correct your mistakes.
I
You're wrong about fresh and fit. You were wrong about Andrew Tate. And
So-
you were wrong about the movie Cuties.
Okay, so he said that he was wrong about Fresh and Fit and that he was wrong about Andrew Tate. Now, I don't know what Charlie's actually said about Andrew Tate. I haven't seen any of them videos, but I have seen the video going at Fresh and Fit, and I'm pretty sure the only thing Charlie really said was that he didn't believe the story that one of them was telling. It's been a while, but I believe the video was that one of the Fresh and Fit guys was telling a story about how he went to like a party and there was like a basketballer there or something, and then he ended up having sex with multiple women. It was just like a really elaborate story talking about how he sleeps with people, and Charlie just looked at him and thought, that's not true.
I feel like I'm one of the very few people on the internet who corrects himself. Whenever I make a mistake, I do go and make a clarification. For example, I got something wrong with a content creator holding a stand-up competition that was absolute dog shit, and then someone came there and made fun of him, and I didn't know the full context. Once I got the full context, I went back and made a follow-up video to explain it in more depth.
Is he talking about Deaf Noodles? Fucking hell, we really are in the multiverse of madness now, aren't we? Fucking hell. How did Deaf Noodles get brought into this?
With Fresh and Fit, you really hung up on this idea that he fucked 3 women that night after meeting an NBA player at a bar, and they exchanged Instagram information, and it turns out they were Eskimo bros with the same girl's pussy. Like, it's an outrageous story. Now, whether or not it's true, you
Sneako's
haven't
face,
proved it
man.
either. Were you
He's so
there
serious.
watching him fuck? Were you
He
cheering him on?
verified it. He showed the DMs with the basketball player. They did
That-
the whole podcast verifying the
the
story.
DMs
And you didn't correct it. Did you? Okay, so you didn't correct that.
Oh, like, at the end of the day, this really isn't a big deal. The story could be true, okay? One of Fresh and Fit might be this, like, serial, like, shagger who's just going around having sex with, like, multiple women in a day, and he's friends with NBA players. But at the end of the day, who cares?
Do you believe that Andrew and Tristan Tate are innocent?
That I don't know. They could be, and I've said that from the start.
You don't have a belief on that?
But no one can have 100% concrete belief on that. How could we? Unless you were quite literally there and saw it with your own eyes, no one can have 100% belief in if Andrew Tate is guilty or innocent with the whole, like, sex trafficking thing. Of course you can have an opinion from what you have seen, but what I don't understand is how Sneako and, like, Fresh and Fit and these other lot will get so angry when people say that they believe Andrew Tate could be guilty. And they talk as if they know 100% that Andrew Tate is innocent and that people are just making up stories with literally zero evidence. When in reality, there are actual videos of Andrew Tate talking from his own mouth, explaining how he used to basically sex traffic women. He would say that he would make these women fall in love with him, even though he has no intentions of falling in love with them. He had another woman that would talk to these people who fell in love with him, saying that you should join in with this cam girl business for Andrew Tate, and that you'll make so much money. Meanwhile, Andrew Tate is lying about how much money he's giving these women and whatnot. Like, at the end of the day, the stuff he has explained is technically sex trafficking. So yeah, of course, no one can say with 100% certainty that he is guilty unless they were there and saw it with their own eyes, but I also don't get how people like Sneako can be annoyed when they believe the stuff that Andrew Tate has admitted.
But you don't take the time to go and look at all the evidence that was debunked.
That's not true, though, because
Like, why do you spend the narrative laughing at somebody falsely in prison, but you can't go and just look at a couple screenshots and see that as...
But you don't know that he's falsely in prison, the same way that Charlie doesn't know if he's 100% guilty. Like, do you not see how that is contradicting yourself?
You have to remember that I didn't start any of this. You reacted to me telling jokes about your friend, and then had your audience tell me, and that went on for like 2 weeks, and so eventually I explained why I don't like you. And then when I did that, that was the only time I planned on talking about you. You went on stream with your gun to threaten me, and you kept it up for 3 months, adding me...
I didn't do that to threaten you. That was a joke about clips. You actually think I was threatening you.
Yeah, you can say it wasn't a direct threat and that you were joking, and you very well could be. That's a big possibility, but you were also waving a gun around in your stream saying, look at my clips, whilst also talking about how much you want to fight him. Like, you can see how that comes across as a threat, right?
You thrive off them staying miserable, right? The second they get happy, the second they get money,
No,
the second
I definitely don't.
they will not
I
be
definitely
paying for
don't.
your course
If
anymore.
If my audience does not get value from my content, they're going to leave. The reality is that streamers and content creators like you, the audience always grows up. They watch a little of the gaming content, then they grow up. They're not learning anything, and so they go to another content creator. They go to somebody else who's popular or trendy. You need to add value to the audience, or else they are going to grow out of it.
He's literally saying this to someone who has 13 million subscribers, has been on the website for the best part of a decade, and still gets millions of views per video. Like, I don't think you need to explain to Charlie how to keep relevant.
If you could pay $50 and talk to a vetted millionaire who has made money online in a way that they don't teach in school, $50 is a steal.
Wait, is he trying to say that buying his course is going to be more valuable to you than going to college? Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't have to explain why that is a stupid take, but in case you aren't already aware, going to college is probably going to be more beneficial than giving $50 to Sneako. Just an opinion.
I actually have spoken many times about why college just isn't right for everybody. It's not. It simply isn't. I think college provides an invaluable social experience where for the first time in your life you're on your own, so you learn how to fend for yourself, you learn how to interact with roommates, strangers, so you get social skills, but college is not going to be a great fit for everyone, especially when it comes to certain academia positions, especially like in some art fields.
I mean, yeah, true. College or university here in the UK isn't for everyone. I literally didn't go myself, but I would definitely rather go to college or university than give $50 to Sneako.
You keep lumping me in with this perception of a gamer and these beliefs that you don't know anything about me on, and yet you still put me in there.
Then you should probably make them more clear.
I do.
I've been personally watching your videos for years, and I had no idea about any of this.
So,
I've seen you gaming. I've seen you react to drama content. I didn't know that that was your method to make people happy.
Wait, what? What did he even just say there?
I've seen you gaming. I've seen you react to drama content. I didn't know that that was your method to make people happy.
You've seen his videos for years, you've seen him gaming, you've seen him doing reaction videos, and you didn't know that was his method to make people happy. Surely everybody's content on this platform is designed to try and entertain people. Surely we all have the same intentions here. If it does entertain people, that's obviously a different question, but everybody who makes videos is trying to get people to watch them, enjoy them, and grow their audience. Literally everyone's doing the same thing. So I really don't understand what Sneako is saying here, that he didn't know that Charlie was making these videos to try and make people happy. Like, I don't get what else he'd be trying to do. But also a part that I thought was very interesting there is that Charlie was saying, you don't know what my beliefs are. You're just assuming what my beliefs are and then going at me even though you haven't even asked me what my beliefs are. To which Sneako replied by saying, oh, well maybe you should make your beliefs more obvious and you should say them, so I wouldn't be wrong about them. Which yet again seems very stupid to me, because you don't have to put your beliefs about every single thing in the world on the internet for everyone to see. I feel like everybody has certain beliefs and opinions that they haven't said online, and that might not be for a specific reason, they just might not feel like saying that. Like, some people don't want to talk about politics or just their beliefs in general because they just want to make funny videos instead. But that doesn't mean you should just then make up what their beliefs are and then argue about something that isn't even a thing to argue about in the first place.
I actually do think this was a very valuable conversation, so I appreciate you taking... Oh! I really appreciate you taking the time to have a bit of a call with me about it.
Yeah, thanks, man. And mags, not clips.
Yeah, from now on, bro, if you're gonna be talking about guns, get the terminology right. You very much offended me with that one.
And there you have it. That is the end of the video. And to be fair, that was actually quite a productive conversation, I feel like. There was no screaming, which is nice because that could have been horrific. And yeah, they didn't agree on a lot of things, but there were certain things that they could come to a bit of an agreement about. And yeah, I mean, it went better than what I thought it was going to. But yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we spoke about today. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.